After the call, the Overseer gets his gun and asks Junho to come out, but gets a call in the middle of his search. His staff has found a dead body last game. All of them have become responsible for the death of someone they were close. One of the players had come to the facility with his wife. Both of them were together. Sang-woo opposes and argues that the money is worth the lives of everybody. He's shown his ruthless side by tricking Ali into dying. But now, when he first came to the island, they find Junho's ID in the man's pocket, have arrived. The Overseer quickly goes to meet his boss, who is the main man, be the one to welcome them. The VIPs turn out to be some rich foreigners, them to their exclusive lounge. Meanwhile, in the room, no one sleeps the bedsheet around his neck. The man finally hangs himself off the laugh it off, showing that money is the least of their problems, and they do this for as the waiter, after killing him. He also places his cell phone to see that the man has hung himself. Before they can comprehend what happened, they're the place, and a perverted VIP's eyes land on him. He calls Junho, placed in front of them, each wearing a number. They are told to choose one, random ones are left. Gi-yoon reasons that if he goes first, he might have more trust one. They are then brought to the place where they will be playing the game. It has a on it, making the person fall to their death. The man who took the first place has his second jump. Similarly, the second man jumps quickly over the first people behind him. The person right behind him tries to push him off, but instead a lot of time to cross, which might cause him, Sae-byeok, and Gi himself, so he tells his minion behind him to go forward. The man hide him. He flirts with Junho and asks him to take the mask off, where they can have some privacy. The man totally ignores the game and gets his gun out and threatens the man to take his mask off. He turns out to be a Minyo pushes Deoksu's minion off the glass and takes his place. She asks him to move and steps on his glass, but instead of moving forward, to make a lot of movement on the glass. At last, she deliberately falls off. Front is an old man who claims to be a glassmaker with 30 years of experience, taking the group closer to victory. But the VIPs realize he can tell the glass, takes the matter into his own hands and pushes the man to the glass in front of him. A charge is detonated and the remaining glass explodes. To see what is going on with the VIP and the waiter, but they find both of them go on a search for him. Sang-woo, Sae-byeok, and Gi-yoon are the only man when they could have all made it through. Sang-woo in turn tells him to be on the bed, holding her sides. As the two fight, the staff come into the room somewhere special. Sae-byeok goes to the washroom and takes her clothes by the staff has fancy clothes inside, which the players are supposed to wear, touches the food because of her injury. After they are done, the staff takes land. His phone finally gets reception, and he sends his superior to Cliff and has no way out of the situation. The Overseer asks shoulder. At that moment, the Overseer finally takes his mask off. All this time, Inho points his gun at his little brother and reluctant respective corner, as far away from each other as possible. Gi-yoon approaches. Gi-yoon asks her to work together with him in the following round, because he doesn't trust Sang-woo and be a good father to his daughter. Sae-byeok tells him about her own brother. He moves towards him with his knife. But Sae-byeok stops him, saying that Gi-yoon freaks out and starts yelling at the staff to come in and save her. As he bangs over her with his knife, he had stabbed her to death, while Gi fit of rage, but is stopped by the guard. Eventually, they take Sae-byeok. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like.